Okay. Should we talk some recruiting?
Yes, we should. 402-464-5685. Call or text the show. As always, you can watch and comment on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. The show is sponsored by Gaina Trucking. So more news in recruiting as you'd expect, with signing day getting up tomorrow, the early signing period. Nebraska does get a couple more players yesterday, Sip, and two are kind of in the trenches. One, a 4-star edge rusher.
They're all in the trenches.
Well, that's true. They are. all three are in the trenches. Now, the first one was Prince Will Umanmielen of Manor, Texas, a 4-star edge rusher.
Very intriguing. Keep going.
What is this?
No.
Okay.
Get them all done.
Okay. Then you go up north to South Dakota, Pierce, South Dakota, where you get 320-pound offensive lineman Jason Majishak. I believe is how you say that.
Pretty close.
What's your pronunciation?
You're going to do that? Really? You're going to do that?
I'm just asking.
Okay.
Give it a shot. And then an easy name out of Gretna last night. Mason Goldman, a lineman, also commits to Nebraska. So 3 commits all in the trenches yesterday.
Very interesting. I mean, that Princewell.
Umanmielen.
Yeah, Princewell is interesting in a lot of ways. He put up huge numbers in Manor, Texas, which, by the way, is the home of O'Shawn Mathis. The name was escaping me. O'Shawn Mathis from Manor, Texas. I wonder if O'Shawn shared what was a positive experience with his. I would think in Manor, Texas, that a rush end, that 6'4", 215, would be kind of birds of a feather with O'Shawn Mathis, right?
Oh, yeah, let's just say that if he didn't like the experience, I think he might have told Prince Will to not come here.
Right. Princewell has a brother, turns out, who's a sophomore at Florida and put up a big number. I think he had 3.5 sacks, 8.5 tackles for loss this year as a sophomore at Florida. Again, Princewell put up huge numbers in high school. Let's see, at 65 tackles, 20 tackles for loss, and 8 sacks as a senior in 2022. Think about that. 65 tackles, 20 tackles for loss, and 8 sacks. That's a lot of time behind the line of scrimmage. They got an edge guy, a 4-star edge guy. 4-star edge guy. Okay? I'm like you. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm hot, right?
Listen, I'm trying. This thing is spastic in here.
That's not the only thing.
We got 3 spastic things in here. That and us too.
Yeah. So this is, I'd say, I don't know how they pulled it off, but they did, the Rule clan, and it looks good. Okay. So Princewell, and then you have the other ones are almost as interesting. Well, let's go with Mason Goldman. Let's go with Mason Goldman.
Gretna, who we saw in the title game in Class A football this year.
Yeah, Mason Goldman. Apparently, he did not have a scholarship offer from the previous staff, but he kept working. It's interesting to me. They don't know if he's going to play on the offensive line or defensive line. One of them, he's 6'5", 250, is Mason Goldman of Gretna. He told our Brian Munson, what Nebraska said is that they're going to evaluate my body once I get there. So that could be either offensive line or defensive line. I like that.
That's
prudent.
Good. That's good.
Prudent.
Yes.
Prudent. You don't need to steer him one way or the other. Let's just see what you look like when you get here. I guess he's pretty nasty on the defensive line.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you watch the state title game against Omaha Westside where they lost, he was an animal. He was everywhere.
Was he?
They had a couple guys in defense that were everywhere, and he was one of them. He's a good player. Mason Goldman is a dude. That's a dude right there. Okay. At least at the high school level. We'll see if he converts to college well, but
as a motor though.
He's got a motor. He has a motor.
Well, that it's a great thing for Gretna. And for Mason Goldman, obviously. He didn't lose hope. He said it was a little discouraging, but all of my high school coaches felt like I was good enough to play at the D1 level. They told me to keep working hard and good things will come, and eventually it did. Again, Nebraska came pretty late with an offer. He chose Nebraska over Vandy. So there you go. And then the third one is Say the name, please.
Magicek. Jason, I think it's Magicek.
Yeah, he's a big kid from Pierre, South Dakota.
State capital.
They flipped him from North Dakota. Now, this is sort of a classic example is the new coach comes in and flips him from North Dakota, and people say, oh, that's cool. We flipped him from North Dakota.
No.
If it was the other staff, what?
That's not what I say.
If it was the other staff, it'd be like, what are we doing? Flipping guys from North Dakota.
I don't think so. This is why this is why I pause on that.
If that
because
was Frost, people would be saying, what are we doing?
Yeah, people might, but I would not, because I watch these FCS games once in a while with North Dakota State, South Dakota State, and they have pretty dang good line play. Those dudes are tough.
Yeah.
Those South Dakota,
I agree.
North Dakota, Minnesota kids, I mean, they play in the cold. They're tough dudes. This kid's a 320-pound lineman. Yeah, he was going to a smaller school before Nebraska, but what do we know? Matt Rule finds gems. Matt Rule,
good point,
has not always had 5-star players. He finds hidden gems.
You're on it. God bless
you. I saw this one and I was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. I don't need the big lineman from Texas or Alabama. Would I like that? Sure. But I want a dude that plays in the cold. It's a big guy. And I love getting guys from the Dakotas, especially at the trenches. So I was ecstatic about this.
I liked you this morning. You're interesting.
Every morning.
That was a good. I mean, you got me. You won me over on that.
Get your linemen from these areas, these parts.
Yeah. Get your linemen that throw the. Oh, it looks like he throws the disc 59.5, and the shot 175.8, 59 feet 5 inches, for the discus and for the shot. All right, hold on. He threw the disc. He threw the shot 59.5. Does that sound good to you?
I don't know a typical distance
and the discus 175.8.
I'm not a track expert, so I don't know if those numbers are great or just fine.
And I'm going to tell you something right now, and I don't mind sharing this with the listeners. I don't have my glasses today. This is amazing. I'm doing it. I can kind of see what I'm reading. I don't have my glasses.
Just readers, though.
Exactly. And what am I doing? I'm reading.
Readers aren't that important for reading. Like, I need mine. Listen. These are my normal glasses.
All right.
These are my
whole industry devoted to helping people read. And you just came on the air and said, readers really
your vision cannot be that bad if you don't need glasses on normal life.
You can't. Most people can't read at all.
Really? Most people can't read at all? Really?
They don't have the readers.
I can read just fine.
If they don't have the readers.
I just took my glasses off. I can still read.
It's fuzzy. But I can see it.
Okay, well, squints then to read it.
There's a whole industry for people like me.
You usually have like 6 pairs of glasses somewhere around here.
I'm down to one. It's scary. It's Christmas time. Money's going out everywhere.
How much do readers cost?
$25.
Oh, wow. A big fat $25
I was
to help you read
last night, and I was spending money like it was going out of style. I thought, okay, I'm down to one. Should I get some? I looked, and it's $25. I'm like, nope, not right now.
$25 to help you read.
I have a pair though.
But where are they at?
I don't know right now.
You probably should have got one. Exactly.
I walked out the door.
It's not $250. It's $25.
It's still a lot.
It feels like it's 250 degrees in this building, though. It's very hot in here. I don't know. This
shirt's coming off.
My mind might come off too. It's very hot in here. I can't get the stupid thing to work. It's very hit or miss. It goes hot. It goes cold. I can't control it. It's on its own mind. I can just try to guide it.
So, as far as getting back on track here, Matt Rule has brought in 9. Oh God, I want to say. Let's just go through them. Hold on. We're going to do this. Okay, get ready. Okay,
I'm ready.
I'm going to do this. First of all, Nebraska is now ranked 41st. The class of 2023 for Nebraska is ranked 41st. That's 8th in the Big Ten. Okay, 8th in the Big Ten, 41st nationally. There's no reason to go totally crazy. But since Rule was named the head coach, it was November 28th, I believe he was introduced, something like that, November 28th. He has brought in Princewell, that's 1. He has brought in Ramir Stewart, safety from Philadelphia, that's 2. He has brought in Bryce Turner, receiver from Bay City, Texas. That's 3. Help me count, okay?
Okay.
He's brought in Jalen Lloyd, a receiver
4.
from Omaha Westside, 4. He's brought in Sincere Safilula, a cornerback from Heritage, Tennessee via IMG Academy.
That's 5.
5. He's brought in Mason Goldman, whom we just discussed.
That's 6.
He's brought in the kid from North Dakota that flipped, Jason. 7.
Magic check. 7.
He's brought in Quentin Ives, a running back from Beverly, New Jersey.
That's 8.
He's brought in Tristan Alvano, a kicker from Omaha Westside, who you really like.
I love Tristan Alvano. 9.
He's brought in Kai Wallin, a pass rusher from a California JUCO.
10.
Now, this is a big one. He brought in Corey Collier, who's a consensus 4-star, who was a consensus 4-star in high school. He's coming from Florida.
11.
He brought in Jeff Sims, a quarterback from Jacksonville, Florida, by way of Georgia Tech.
12.
Compete for the starting job. And he brought in Marco Ortiz, a long snapper from, again, a transfer from Florida, who, by the way, has an NIL value of $43,000 for some reason. Marco Ortiz. That's 13.
13.
Rule, Matt, has brought in 13 players.
Well, he had to get going. I mean, you knew that.
Yeah, but 13 is a big number.
13 is a big number. And again, we've said in the past when Scott Frost came here, okay, great, you got players, but a lot of those guys didn't work out here. Right?
Yeah,
They either left early, they never made it to Nebraska.
Right. And he hasn't addressed, I would say, immediate needs in the trenches. Right. But we still got another round, right?
You have not heard yet the whereabouts of where AJ Cornelius is going to go. Rhode Island.
He's announcing soon.
Nebraska is in his top 4. It appears Nebraska, Oregon, Tennessee, and Ohio State are the 4 he's apparently choosing from.
Yeah, he's going to announce. I'll find it right now. Dang it! Come on, be more prepared, Jake.
I just gave you his 4 teams he's choosing from: Nebraska, Oregon, Tennessee, and Ohio State. For AJ Cornelius,
Rhode Island transfer AJ Cornelius to announce commitment on Wednesday.
Okay.
And it's down to
Nebraska, Oregon, Tennessee, and Ohio State.
Get the NIL money ready.
Now, that would be a wonderful get.
It would be.
If all those teams want AJ Cornelius, he must be pretty dang good.
There's also Ben Scott that's looming out there. Ben Scott, the Arizona State interior lineman. Arizona State, it would be a player out of the portal. If you got both of those, it would be huge news.
Tomorrow is going to be a pretty full day of drama, I think. Usually when you have your head coach in place for a year or two, it's not that dramatic on signing day. It can be. You might flip a guy or might have somebody that commits to you late. But in this time, when you have only had a couple weeks to get going, you're going to have some guys you don't know about yet that do commit to the class. That maybe you get in AJ Cornelius, one of the top offensive line transfers in the portal right now,
right?
That you don't know about. So if you like where things are going right now, it could get even a lot better tomorrow.